Christian McCoon to try and give Miami a late win here in Toronto. And he rolls it in so coolly.
Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Miami Total Football. It's the day after Inter Miami once more pulled a rabbit out of the hat and came up with some late heroics, some late dramatics, beat Toronto FC 1-0 at BMO Field in Toronto off of a Christian McCoon penalty kick in the 95th minute, deep into stoppage time, and the win pushed Inter Miami up until 5th place in the Eastern Conference. They are now above the playoff line at long last. Now, we'll touch on the game in just a little bit because it did come under some controversial circumstances, but let's start with the game winner. And it comes from Christian McCoon, an unexpected hero, scoring his first MLS goal and his first goal for Inter Miami, of course. And it comes again deep into stoppage time in the 95th minute. It comes off of a play that he earns with a couple of nice 1-2 passes, first with Blaise Matuidi, second with Robbie Robinson, and then he's fouled in the box and earns the penalty kick. He said he was taking it. You could see as soon as he was fouled, as soon as the whistle blew, he grabbed the ball and said, "This one is mine." And that's pretty impressive because not only is he just 21 years old, not only is he a center back, but he has only scored one goal, or he had only scored one goal in his entire career prior to that goal on Tuesday night. So you wouldn't expect him to take that spot kick. I think Blaise Matuidi and Lewis Morgan both jockeyed for position or jockeyed to take that penalty, but Christian McCoon said it was his, and he did the job. He converts with a good penalty kick. It's not just good because it went in, but the way he placed it nice and low and away into the bottom right corner, and he converts, albeit that the run-up was a bit unconventional, not what you normally see. Kind of had shades of Joseph Martinez, who is a fellow Venezuelan, so maybe there's something to that there, but nonetheless, it goes into the back of the net to give Inter Miami the win, to give Christian McCoon his first goal. He does his dinosaur celebration afterwards, which goes along with his nickname that he's been given in the team, and maybe it's a just reward for him because he's been playing quietly, very impressively at the back line as the left center back in the 5-man defense. He's been very steadily putting in very good performances back there. A lot of no-nonsense defending, not someone that wows you or overwhelms you with anything, but he's been doing the job, his function in the team at a good level, and now he gets a goal to add to that. So a good moment for him and a good moment for the team because they reap the fruits of his labor.
We won a game of football because of the courage of probably a player that just keeps growing and getting better and better, and that's Christian McCoon. And the way he went forward to win the penalty, and then the courage to stand up and take the penalty, I thought was sensational. That boy's going right to the very top with that kind of attitude, confidence, bravery.
Es un gol importante para mí, mi primer gol en este equipo, en la liga. Es indescriptible, y más para ganar el partido. Creo que darle los 3 puntos a mis compañeros, a todos, es muy importante para mí.
Now, from a collective standpoint, it was the same type of performance we've seen from Inter Miami as of late, the same formula. The defense was pretty tough to break down, gave up a few things here and there, including a play from Nick Marsman, which we'll touch on in a little bit, but by and large, held up well, and the attack left something to be desired. Now, obviously, Inter Miami left Gonzalo Higuain at home to rest, and it shuffled the lineup a bit to keep players fresh ahead of this Friday's upcoming game against the New York Red Bulls. It's been a busy stretch, so Phil Neville wanted to keep some fresh legs and do a rotation of sorts. You could point to that, but Toronto FC is also missing a lot of players, and they're the last place team in the league. And what drives home the point even more, or what drives the point home even more, rather, Inter Miami was up a man for more than a half in this one. Kamar Lawrence, the Toronto FC defender, normally plays fullback, played center back in this one. He was issued a red card in the 37th minute for pulling down Robbie Robinson. And Inter Miami was up a man. They had numerical advantage for the rest of the game, but they couldn't translate that superiority, that numerical superiority, onto the run of play. It was actually Toronto FC that looked like they were up a man at certain points during the second half because the home team, Toronto FC, was the better side, the more dangerous side from the run of play. It forced Nick Marsman into a couple of saves, or into a few saves, including that controversial one. So Inter Miami left a lot to be desired there. I will reiterate that I do not think that just playing very good defense, and being opportunistic in the final third is a sustainable formula for success for Inter Miami. I think they need to find a way to get better in that regard, to start creating more chances and scoring more goals. But right now it's working because they have now been unbeaten in their last 6. And again, for Inter Miami, that's good enough on this night.
Ultimately, the pride in which they just keep going to the end, they keep fighting, they keep battling, they find a way to win. I think there's not many teams in the whole of the MLS that scored as many goals or as many goals late as what we have.
The last thing to touch on here, of course, is the controversy that surrounded this one. Now, obviously, in the 86th, 87th minute, there was the big talking point, but there's also a talking point on the penalty kick. But let's start with that first play, because at that point, the game is 0-0. And Inter Miami's passing the ball around in its defensive third. A back pass to Nick Marsman ends up being poorly controlled by the Inter Miami goalkeeper. He's under pressure, so he plays a quick pass to the right, gets intercepted, and a shot is hit on frame. Now, Nick Marsman makes the save. But to me, on initial look and even on replay, it looked to me like the ball had crossed the goal line. Luckily for Inter Miami, there was no definitive replay, so the play, even if it went to VAR, could not be overturned because there was no replay or no view of the, or no shot of the play that showed whether the ball had clearly crossed the goal line. Remember, to overturn a call on the field, you need a clear and obvious error, and there just was not a clear and obvious error. Again, I think it crossed the goal line. I would tell you that with 95% conviction, but I could not tell you with 100% because, again, there is no clear view. So Inter Miami lucks out there. Now on the penalty kick, a few minutes later, Christian Makoun scores. Nothing wrong with his run-up, nothing of the like. But Federico Higuain and some Toronto FC players do encroach. And Federico Higuain encroaches by a wide margin, a pretty notable margin. And that, by the letter of the law, should result in a retake. The goal should be negated, and Christian Makoun should have had to, or somebody else on Inter Miami would have had to take the penalty kick again. But that is not called, and Inter Miami's goal stands, and they win and move into a playoff spot. So a bit of good karma maybe for Inter Miami there. Maybe, the old saying goes that sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Well, Inter Miami is certainly finding some luck right now, and maybe it's just calls evening out or plays evening out over the course of the season. That's normally the thought process from a lot of coaches and players, that calls and plays like this normally even out. You go back to that Atlanta United game, that 1-1 draw on May 9th at Drive Pink Stadium, in which Inter Miami felt like they had 3 handballs that were not called against Atlanta United. So maybe these calls are just balancing out over the course of the year. Either way, Inter Miami is in a good position now with 10 games left in the season, and they want to keep pushing for more.
I personally have such high standards and such high expectations of this team, is that yes, we take the 3 points. Yes, we're really delighted with the 2 wins in the last 2 games, but I want us to play better. I want us to control the games better. I want us to be less careless in possession. And that's the challenge that I'll set the team for Friday against New York Red Bulls, which is going to be another massively important game.
But that about does it for now. What did you think of Inter Miami's eventful, dramatic, and controversial 1-0 win over Toronto FC? Are you concerned that Inter Miami could not really dictate the tempo and put the game on its terms and dominate the last place team in the league, being a man up for more than half? Or are you just at this point more than content that Inter Miami moved above the playoff line? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know what you thought about Christian Makoun's performance and the personality and confidence he showed to say, hey, this penalty kick is mine. I might be 21 years old, I might be a center back, but I'm taking this penalty kick, and then obviously converting it and giving Inter Miami the win. We didn't even touch on Gregory getting a red card in the first half and giving up a penalty kick, but that being overturned because of an offside call via VAR. So there's a lot that happened in this one, but we'll leave it there for now. We'll be back again in very short order because Inter Miami has a special announcement that we at Miami Total Football have reported is the first major jersey sponsorship deal, and it's with a crypto company, and that will be announced on Wednesday night. So we'll be at that event, and we'll provide you some news from there as well. So make sure you stay locked into Miami Total Football for more news on Inter Miami from that event and in the lead up to the next game on Friday night at home against the New York Red Bulls. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I am Franco Panizo. This is Miami Total Football, and we'll see you guys again very, very soon.